Today I'm going to ask Selim a few questions about his bike and his bike setup for the Turkey trip.
Nice, let's do it.
So for your bike trip here in Turkey, walk me through your bike and your bike setup. What was important to have? What wasn't important at all? And if you were to do it again, how would you change your setup?
Okay, so for my bike, I had this marine bike, 4 corners. It's a touring bike, it's a steel bike, so that means it's really made for touring and gravel cycling. So if we say steel bike, that means it can carry a lot of luggage, and that's what I'm doing here in Turkey. So I think it's one of the best bikes for touring and travel. Before coming to Turkey, I tried to prepare. So I had this saddle that it's called Cardiff. It's like the Brooks famous saddles. It's really comfortable, but it took a while to get used to it. Okay. So I was riding my bike in Tunisia, and that was helpful. The most helpful thing, and big thanks to my friend Naufel in Tunisia. So he made this customized frame bag, this one here, and it was really helpful, and then I could put a lot of stuff.
So tell me about the hardtail components.
Yeah, so in this trip I had a problem. Okay, I bought new components, but it wasn't really good brand. So after more than 2 months cycling steep hills, it was really hard for components to
which in particular?
The cassette,
yeah,
and the chain.
Yeah.
So the chain broke, and then I need to fix it twice.
Right.
For someone who wanna ride around Turkey, because it's really a hilly country, you need to have a good components like Shimano Alivio or other brands. That is really good for touring, especially when you are carrying a lot of luggage like I'm doing here.
Okay, awesome. So other components, I'll just run through them and you can comment on them if you would like. Helmets, front and back lights, seat cover. You suggested I get that. Is that necessary?
I think if you have really good saddle like Brooks or Cardiff, you don't need the seat cover that you are using. So the other important things are the tires. It should be good brand, and we suggest the Schwalbe Marathon. The south of Turkey, I had problem with the tire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I bought a new one, but it wasn't Schwalbe Marathon like I used to have, and then I had flat tire after that. So it can show the difference between both tires.
So we'll get to repairs in a second. Just to run through a few more things. So if you want to say anything about the bell, if you had a place to carry your phone, your saddlebag.
Actually, for my phone, I thought about buying some accessory, but then I was just using the frame bag for it.
And your saddlebag, waterproof Ortlieb, but you also think that Vod is a good.
Yeah, the most important. Yeah, it was so important to buy Ortlieb saddlebags, and it was really helpful. They are waterproof. Cost 120 euros for both, but it was really helpful because I was using other ones that didn't work at all in Tunisia. So on this trip around Turkey, I think it was worth it, and yeah, I'm planning to get 2 more.
Yeah, because alternatively I was using the invention of the elastic.
Yeah.
And that was always quite cumbersome.
Yeah.
So a few other things, bottle cage, and you had one.
Yeah,
often I see in Instagram everyone has like 5 or...
Not 5,
Not
maybe
5.
If they're cycling in Australia or somewhere in the Sahara in Africa, but yeah, I think we need like 2 for the Turkey trip, and you can see that there are like cheshme everywhere.
Yeah.
The water is everywhere in Turkey.
So maybe if you were to do it again, you would get 1 more.
Yeah, 1 more. Yeah.
And we both had cargo racks.
Yeah.
So second question, what were you able to fix on the road? And what might you want tool-wise or to be able to fix if you were to do it again?
I think we didn't have a lot of problems with our bikes. Twice we had flat tires and then we could fix it, so it's not that hard. And we have also spare inner tubes. so it was helpful.
So always have at least one spare inner tube.
Yeah, at least one, and then you can have the kit for repairing the inner tubes if you have flat tires. I had a problem, if you remember, it was really steep hill, and then I was cycling, and then my chain was destroyed. So I could fix it because in my chain I had the quick coupler, and it was easier to fix it. But the second time when it was destroyed and then we were in the middle of nowhere, I couldn't find it. It's gone. So I needed the tool that I really feel so bad that I didn't bring it with me. I forgot it in Tunisia, but it's a must. It's the chain splitter. So never forget your chain splitter when you go for a long ride.
Okay.
Especially in Turkey, because you might have problem with the chain on the hills, on the mountain, if you ride your bike, not just walking.
Okay, and then you mentioned something about the kickstand.
Yeah, that's for the next trip. I would get a stronger kickstand.
Yeah, because both of our, well, your kickstand fell off a few times because your bike was so heavy.
Yeah.
And then mine just completely broke.
We can maybe get more into detail about bike touring next time. But now we'll ask Alisa.
Okay, sounds good. What questions do you have
You
for me?
Can you tell us about your bike?
Yeah. So my bike is, I think it's Italian, widely available, the brand here in Turkey. We saw a lot of folks with it. It's Carraro,
yeah,
if that's how you pronounce it. I know that it fitted for me, so it's the right size. I don't know if I've ever had a bike that was the right size for me, so it's really nice. I know based on things that happened, the tires are not the best quality. I'm more likely to have flat tires as a result. Obviously I have a helmet, I have a bell. Highly recommend that in a country where you don't necessarily know what the language for bike etiquette is. So for example, when you pass somebody in the United States, you might say on your left, but in Turkey I don't know what to say, so it's nice to have the bell. Also, there was times that we were riding around in the city and it was very crowded, and it's nice to be able to ring the bell instead of just constantly vocalizing. I decorated it. I added Doraemon and a small bear. And that was important to me because actually I never told you this, but in the beginning when we started, I kind of talked to Doraemon because he's looking at me, and I would sometimes rub his face like if I needed more energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, you didn't know that. I didn't want to tell you.
That's a secret that you kept going. And
yeah,
then you
because he was
mountains.
looking at me, and so there was this days where it was an athletic effort, and so I said. It's kind of like how people have the Saints. The pouch that I bought, it's Betwin from Decathlon. That was pretty useful because I kept my passport and my cards and my money in there.
Okay, if we have another trip, riding somewhere for a long time, what do you think you need most?
Information. I think I need to learn more about bikes. I like the idea that a lot of people have to build their own bike. I don't know that I necessarily need to do that, but I think it's important to know if your spare parts can be replaced in different countries and how you might do that.
Nice. Good. So
this was our video about our gear in Turkey, specifically mostly bike gear. And thanks Elif for being my guest today.
You're welcome. Yeah, I think we didn't prepare that much for this trip. We didn't prepare that much, but yeah, next time I think we'll have more
preparation.
Stuff. Yeah, more preparation, maybe for longer trip.
Yeah,
why not?
Maybe on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you think we prepared?
I think my case or your case?
Yeah, you could say your case and then say my case.
In my case, it's like maybe 6.
Okay.
Yeah, 6. In your case?
1?
No.
I had a bike?
Maybe 4. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
oh wow,
4
okay, not bad.
But for like 2 months or 3 months trip, it can be like 6. Yeah. For longer trip, I think many things will break down.
Exactly, yeah. And you don't want to be in the middle of nowhere. Okay, see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. If there's anything that you would like us to answer, please let us know in the comments. We would love to do that. And
see you in the next video. It will be about Izmir, living in Izmir.